our Facebook. Sorry, gonna go live on the Facebook. 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much for joining. I'm Cristiano, the founder and CEO of Bold Worldwide. We are an advertising and media marketing company here in New York trying to take over the world, and we will. I'm going to be back in about 60 seconds. Stand by, and we'll talk about business, marketing, and do a live Q&A. All right, thank you for your patience. I hope everyone is having a killer day here. It's Thursday. I'm in New York City. Absolutely amazing week. Crazy last few weeks. I'm going to be heading down to Miami on, when am I heading down there? Monday. Quick trip. Not going to have time for a meetup or any other ancillary stuff, so I appreciate it if you've inquired or will. Not going to have time. Full schedule. Heading right down there Monday. Heading right back out on Tuesday. But very excited. A lot of things going on. So I want to talk about a couple things here today, really. One is, what is holding you back? By the way, for everyone who's on Facebook, I am also Insta storying this live. Check that out, guys, on Insta, right? There you go. So I'm on Instagram Live as well. It's the first time I've had the opportunity to do so. We've just been a little crazy, so trying it out. We'll see. Maybe we'll get some questions on both sides of this. But essentially what I want to talk about is what's holding you back from success. And this is what's really fascinating. As I grow as a person, as a business, that we are, Bold Worldwide is just growing exponentially. We're a rocket ship right now. I'm realizing that what holds people and businesses back from success are the exact same thing. There is really not much different between what is holding you back as a person and what is holding you back as a company from growth, from success, however you define that. And the first piece of that really is not understanding why you do it. Okay, so let's take, for an example, like as a human being, as a person, why do you get up in the morning? What are you trying to accomplish? What are your big goals? Like, what's your why? Why are you bothering to do any of this, right? Whether you're working really hard or hardly working, why? And what's the thing that you want in life? Okay, that's how you apply it in a personal sense, but how do you apply it in a business sense? And it's identical. So whether you are the CEO, like myself, or you are just starting up, or you're an employee and you're an intern, okay, it doesn't matter what level you're at, it's the exact same question. It's like, why do I show up here every day? Obviously, it's my place, right? So it's different for me. But if it's not your place, it's not your entity, it's not your company, why do you go to work there? Maybe you're wise, I don't know, I'm just there for the paycheck and I hate it. Well, maybe you need to find a better why or a better job or a better place to go to. That might be the solution for you to be successful. Maybe not. But if it's something that you like doing, you like showing up to work to, or you want to like doing it, why? What's the thing that's motivating you to get up, to go there, to get out of bed? And if it's not something you are doing and like to do, well, then figure out what is that thing, what's that why that's going to drive you and get you to be excited to go to work every day. And not just go there and collect a paycheck, what's going to get you to love it and enjoy it? Because it doesn't matter if you're starting off in your career, it doesn't matter if you're making millions of dollars or $0. At the end of the day, money is fictitious. It's just made up stuff. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just trade. You're trading your time for dollars. And so, like, if you're going to be doing that, if you're going to be trading your time for dollars, and why are you doing it? If you weren't trading for dollars, what would you be doing? Maybe that's what you need to figure out. And it's really fascinating because it doesn't matter, again, if you're a $50 million company, a $500 million company, a $50 billion company. What's fascinating is it's really just people. The same people that go and sit in that boardroom that make the decisions from a business level of how are we going to market, what's our next product, how are we going to improve it, have the same problems with themselves. Why am I getting up in the morning? And most people, no matter what level, aren't asking themselves that. They don't understand why they're ticking, why they're doing this. Some do, and those are the very most successful people in the world, like a Steve Jobs, like a Grant Cardone. They know exactly why they get up out of bed every single day, and they play into that hand. But most people are kind of running around, bouncing off the walls. They can even be super successful and not know what they're trying to do and why they're doing it. But the moment that you make that connection as to why am I doing this? Why would I get out of bed every morning? Why am I motivated to do this? Then you can start to figure out, well, why does the company exist? Why do the people work here? Why do they keep showing up? Why do customers buy our product? Why do people consume our content? You start to answer all of that, and it leads to astronomical success, like beyond your wildest dreams. Steve Jobs level success, because it all starts to align. And then once you understand that your personal motivations, regardless of the size of your business, actually are what's either propelling you to success or holding you back from it, changes the entire game. So, taking it back a step, and by the way, everyone who is on Instagram Live, thank you for joining me. I am doing a Facebook Live. I'm also live streaming it on Instagram, and so I'm just flip this around for the people on the Facebook can see that, and then you guys can see this as well, what it looks like from my perspective over here. So thank you, whatever platform you're on. If you want the full experience, go to Facebook, but Instagram Stories is pretty good live as well. So let me ask you a quick question. Do you know your why? Truly know your why? Like, why do you get up every day and do what you do? Do you really know it? If yes, answer yes and tell me what your why is. If you don't, say no. Be honest. This is an opportunity to be honest with yourself. That's how you can change what's holding you back. So let's start there. I'm going to jump over into the comments here. I know why is huge. Thank you, Sandra. Love the knowledge and motivation. You're welcome, Jeremy. Steve, when your business went through major struggles, what was your why? Why has always been the same, man. I want to grow something extreme. I want to see what I'm made of. I want to push myself, my employees, my family, my friends to another level, and I want to see what the next level has for me and for everyone around me. And I want to see everyone become super successful, because I don't believe that there's a limited pie. I believe that the harder you work, you just make a bigger pie. And so I think everyone can be successful, however they define that, and I want to create an environment in which that is possible, not only for myself, but everyone around me. That's my why. So when stuff was tough back in the day, that propelled me to the next level. When stuff is going great now, that gets me even more excited about the next level. That's my why. That's a part of my why. You know, there's many layers. Brian Lucas Cross, yes, to be persistent. My boys' lives. Dennis, I'm trying to figure that out. I know what I want, but I'm digging deep on my why. I think, Dennis, that is a great point. Thank you for sharing that. And by the way, Instagram, for those of you just joining again, I'm live on Facebook at Bold CEO. You can go check it out over there for the full experience. I'll roll in some video and stuff like that. But Instagram Live is pretty cool too. So Dennis just really brought up something I think is very important, which is he knows what he wants, but he doesn't know why he wants it. Like, what's the deep pressing reason why he wants that stuff? And what you want can be anything from, I want to be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. I want to build a Fortune 500 company. I want a Lamborghini. I want $100. I want to get out of debt. I want to be married. Whatever. Those wants, everybody's got them. You've got them. You've got them. I've got them. Everyone has what they want. And most people kind of know what they want, but they don't know why they want it. Businesses want to be successful. Why? Why does the board of directors want to grow the company? Why do they want to advertise on Facebook? They know they want to be on Facebook. They know they want a new product. They know they want to disrupt Apple. They know they want to disrupt Amazon. They know they want more customers. Most businesses, big or small, don't know why they want it, because most of the people working in those businesses don't know why they do what they do. And it's just because I don't think we're really taught as kids in college, in school. We're never really taught to think about why. We're told to kind of accept the way that it is and go through this process called life. oh, you do this and then you graduate and then you do that, and it's just all kind of carved out for you, and it's not further from the truth. The system does not have the answers for you guys. The system is just the system, but the only reason it's there. But people don't even know why the system exists. Why is there a system? Why do we go to high school, then college, then graduate, then get a job? I don't know. No one knows that because most people are operating in a world in which they just accept that that's the way that it is. But the reality is if you take the time to reflect, self-reflect, and really understand, why do I do this? Maybe this isn't what I actually want. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe you can find a stronger tie to what you want. And as a company, as a business, I see this over and over again. Most businesses don't ever take the time to go, why are we doing this? Why do we need this product? Why do we want this customer? Why do we want the under 20 crowd? Why do we not want them? Why are we marketing to these people? Why are we not marketing to them? Why are we not doing Facebook ads? Why are we not successful with our Facebook ads? Because by the way, as a side note, if you're doing Facebook marketing and it's not successful for you, you're doing it wrong. First of all, and that's what we do. That's why we're growing so fast. One of the things we do. But really the deeper, bigger picture thing that we do as a company that is making us super successful is figuring out the why. Because when I understand why your company exists, why you as a person, you, the board of directors, you, the CMO, the directors, everyone from top down, why they work there, why they want to work there, why they want what they want, and then we can start to figure out why does the company exist, what is that story, and why are we doing what we're doing? Because once you figure out why you exist, you can then figure out what you need to do. Most people, and most businesses especially, have this in reverse. We know what we want, we don't know why we want it. We know what we want to market on, we don't know why we're doing it. Do you know how many meetings I have where people say, well, we want to be on this TV commercial on XYZ network. Why? Well, we can't answer it because they don't really know. They've never actually answered that question. And so when you look at marketing today, the biggest problem, and again, whether you're a startup or you're a Fortune 100, most companies don't ever go through the process of figuring out what that why is. That's what we do to Bold Worldwide. We start with the why, not just why you want to market. Why does your business exist? And what's the motivation behind it? Really, really deep stuff. And when you understand that, you can now build a strategy and execution to be super, incredibly successful to get what you want because you know why you need it, why you want it, and where you're going. Here's the beautiful part about this, by the way. For those of you that work at a company that is larger than just yourself, Fortune 500 or a privately held company with dozens of employees, hundreds or thousands of employees, what's very interesting is when the company itself starts to understand why it exists and understands its true motivations for existing and why not just the CEO and the board of directors show up every day, but why does everyone come here and what do they want out of it? Guess what starts to happen? The entire culture of the company gets aligned because everyone understands why they're there. Everyone understands why the company exists. So not just from the top, not just the marketing starts to act efficiently, the actual company and the business starts to act more efficiently because everyone is aligned with the reason all this is happening. There's less questions, there's less problems. People can think more independently because they can immediately say, well, that doesn't align with why we exist and why we're doing what we do, so let's not do that. This, on the other hand, completely aligns with it, so let's go all in. Faster solutions makes you more nimble, and it doesn't matter if you have 10,000 employees or 10. The faster that you can operate, the faster that you can adjust, the more successful you will be, but it all starts understanding why you're doing it. That's why Bold's freaking blowing up, man. It's crazy because we know clearly why we exist. Everyone here knows why they're here and why the company does what it does and what we're trying to accomplish, not just what we want. It's a big difference. So, again, for those of you on Instagram stories, you're not going to see this. I'm sorry, but if you go over to Facebook at Bold CEO or my name, search my name, you will see this. So I'm going to roll in a quick clip here. It's about 60 seconds. And give me 1 second here. This is a quick clip. So next week, we're going to launch Growing Bold episode 16. Next Tuesday, I believe, is the idea. We always try to do Tuesdays, but we've been so crazy growing. Have to actually sometimes focus in on the actual business, not just the content. However, we're going to launch Growing Bold episode 16 next Tuesday. And it features my man, the myth, the legend, the real Brad Lee. This dude's amazing. His company is super successful. I think he's crossed over the $60 million. I mean, he's just blowing up. More successful than most people. Totally private held company made from nothing. He's gone through, hell and back to get there. Works with some of the most successful, biggest names in the world. His company's Lightspeed VT. And this guy, which most of us, including myself, look up to, he's not completely satisfied where he's currently at. And so we had a little dialogue on what his why is. So it's just a quick little 60-second teaser clip. You'll get to see the whole episode next week. If you're on Insta, I'm sorry you're going to have to wait. It's just going to be a little behind the scenes here. You came into this, and now you're doing this, and you're also giving back this knowledge in the podcast. It all comes from the same reason. You wouldn't be doing it because for just some random reason. You do it because it's who you are.
Well, ultimately, I want to be a billionaire. How come nowadays it's wrong just to want to be rich?
It's not, though.
Maybe I'll talk on the 10X stage this year. Maybe I should just say that. Like, F your why. Like, how about just get rich?
Yeah.
Can't that be a why?
It can
be.
Is
that a bad thing?
No.
That someone just wanted to get rich?
No.
Why are you doing it?
Why am I doing it?
But she's got this real clever why, doesn't he?
What's the thing that gets you out of bed in the morning, aside from making the money? If everything went away, like, why would you do what you do? What would you do if it wasn't about
here's
cash?
the answer, though. I'm not where I set out to go.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm successful in a lot of people's minds, but I'm a freaking loser compared to a lot of people. So it's like, I wanted to go here, and I'm here.
Yeah.
So what gets me up?
All right, so that was just a quick little clip, a little teaser of the conversation me and Brad Lee had out at Lightspeed VT in Vegas last week. Very excited because I think that episode 16 with the real Brad Lee, it's going to be very powerful. It's very tangible. He's super successful in the eyes of most people. He's built an incredible thing, but he's still trying to figure out what's next. He's trying to build $1 billion operation. We got into a lot of great stuff. Also, we did his podcast called Dropping Bombs with the real Brad Lee. That's already out, so if you want to go over to iTunes, you want to check out iTunes, go look for the Dropping Bombs podcast with me and Brad Lee. We got into some of that detail there. It was very fascinating, a lot of fun. So anyway, let's open this up for questions real quick. Whether you're on Insta, whether you're on Facebook, what questions do you have about what's holding you back from success? Whether we're talking about business, or we're talking about a marketing campaign, or we're talking about you personally, what are the questions that you have that if I could help point you in the right directions would help you get to that next level breakthrough to success? Maybe we can do a little, dig deep here and figure out what your why is. I'm not sure if we can do that this quickly over the Facebook, but let's see here. So I also mixed it up, by the way. So normally I look at the comments on my phone when I have Facebook Live going, but right now, because I've got Instagram Live and I've got Facebook, I've got to do it on the desktop, and this is not, sometimes, dude, I love Facebook. This is not the most efficient way, for sure, to actually answer comments. Anyway, let me see here. What's an Insta first? Let me refresh this over here. You should do an episode with Grant Cardone. Yeah, buddy, for sure. Can't make any promises, but I have a feeling there might be something down the road with that. We'll see. Just throwing it out there, 10X. Let's see. Where do you start with answering the why question? Okay, great question. This was an Instagram question. So for those of you on Facebook, where do you start to answer the why? Start working backwards. Okay, why are you here right now? Why are you on this live stream? What got you here? Why are you watching? Great place to start. Sounds simple, sounds maybe even stupid in elementary, but seriously, ask yourself that. Why are you on this live stream? Great, what brought you here? Right, where was that? Why were you there? Did you see an ad? Or are you just poking around on Facebook at 2 o'clock in the morning? Why did that happen? Okay, great. Where do you work? Maybe it's because, that's your career. Okay, why do you work there? Maybe you don't know that yet, not the full why, but you go, all right, well, why did I do that? Well, I got introduced to this person. Do you like it? Okay, great. Well, why did you start that? Why did you get into the industry? Why did you go to college for it? Why didn't you go to college for it? Did you read a book? Why'd you read it? Start working backwards. And what I think the process is, and this is a very simplified version, I mean, when we do this for big companies, this is complex, takes months, hundreds of interviews. We interview every single employee from the top all the way to the bottom. It's a very complex but strict process that really leads us to those answers. However, for yourself, you can simplify this and just start asking why all the way back. Just keep going, keep going. And you're not looking to get to like the aha moment. When I was 13 and a half years old, I thought this, and that's why I'm here. It doesn't work that way, because life is just a compounding, a result of compounding actions. Meaning, the reason you're where you are today is because of the last billion actions that you've taken, big and small. So, it's not that one action, one thought, one moment in time dictated that you'd be here. That's just not true. It's you made a decision. Why'd you make that decision? Well, then it led to a different decision, a different action, and so on. And it branches off. However, what you're looking for when you start asking all these questions and you work backwards into your why was I here? Why did I do that? Why did I start this company? Why didn't I date this person? I don't know. Ask yourself all those questions. Look for a common theme, a common thread. Maybe you felt a certain way every time you made those decisions or didn't make those decisions. Maybe you thought something similar. Maybe you just kept thinking, well, I want the Ferrari, so I made this decision and that decision and that decision. Well, why do you want the Ferrari? I don't know, because I want to go fast. Okay, but why do you want to go fast? Well, because I want to look cool in front of my friends. Well, why do you want to look cool in front of your friends? Because I want people to appreciate me. Great, why do you want appreciation? Because I don't feel like I'm really worthy of doing whatever it is, okay? Again, you got to ask yourself these questions, but you can dig down deep and you just go, man, I'm not trying to get a Lamborghini. I'm trying to feel like I'm doing something significant. Do I really need a Lambo to do that? Or can I do something that's significant? Can I help someone else? Can I contribute? And by the way, as a total sidebar, when you contribute and you do something outside of yourself that really helps others, it comes back 1,000 times over. So the people that are out there just trying to get a Lamborghini or just trying to get a job, I just want the $500,000 paycheck. You might even get it, but you get there and you just go like, this is it? That's all it is? Let me tell you a quick story. So I've built 2 businesses. One, a successful production company where we worked, we were a vendor to a lot of the big ad agencies. Then Bold Worldwide, I started that because I didn't want to be a vendor to big ad agencies. I wanted to go direct to clients because I saw that it could be done better, more efficiently, more effectively. And that's why we're growing so fast, because we are doing those things. But when I built my first company, I was building my first company, man, and I started with literally zero. Nobody ever gave me $1. No one in my family are entrepreneurs. No one taught me how to do any of this. I've definitely learned a lot of hard lessons along the way. And I remember when I was like 20, 21, I was like, man, if I can build this company, however many years ago, early 2000, 2001, whatever it was. I said, man, if I can get this company to $1 million, I'm gonna be set. It took a long time. It took a lot of years, those first few years, to figure out how to get to $1 million. When I got to $1 million in my first company back in the day, let me tell you what, I got to $1 million and I went, really? This is what $1 million looks like? It's a few employees and we're not really that profitable and I'm still eating ramen noodles? That's what $1 million freaking dollars looks like on the top line of a business? Well, damn, I had my priorities all wrong. So I think a lot of people go around, and again, you can make this, I want to build $1 billion corporation. I want to take a company public. I want to reach my first million. If you don't know why you're trying to do that, you're going about it the wrong way, because I can tell you when you get there, you realize, is it? That wasn't what I was expecting. When you understand your why, the drive, because I want to build something that's beyond myself, that helps other people be successful and gives them the ability to do what they do in their careers and the freedom to really be challenged. And I want to be challenged and I want to take myself to the next level. I want to see how far I can push myself. When I know that, the million is just a experience along the way. That's just one thing that happened. That's not the goal. That's not why I do this. $100 million media and marketing company, to build this company to $100 million, that is not why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this to build a $100 million company. I'm using that as a very clear point from a storytelling perspective to show you, we can do it because we are that good. And it gives us all a checkpoint to say, are we headed there? Because finances is a very good way to track your business success. But $100 million is not the why. Why is because I believe that we're much better. We're super talented. I surround myself with incredibly smart, talented people, and I give them the freedom to do what they do best, and I coach and educate them along the way, and I want them to be challenged so that they can walk into a place every single day and be like, man, I learned something today. I did something better today than I did yesterday. And they're leveling up, and I'm leveling up, and we're all trying to find what we're made of. That's why I do it. We're getting to 100 million. In my mind, in some of the things I've got going on in the background that I can't talk about, dude, it's like pretty much overdone. Slam dunk. We'll be talking about 1 billion soon enough. But in seriousness, though, I'm serious about that, by the way. We'll do 1 billion. So easily. But I think for me, it's really, and for you as well, it's about really saying like, well, why are you doing it? Now that financial thing is just a marker. It's just that we did it. That's so cool. That's not the end game. That's not it. Because most people know what they want. They don't know why they want it. Most brands know what they want. They don't know why they want it. Most brands know, hey, we need to do Facebook ads. We need to be on Snapchat. We need to be on Twitter. Why? It's a great question. Most people don't ask it. All right, what other questions do you have? I'm going to jump over here real quick. And thank you, by the way, if you're watching on the Facebook live stream, thank you so much. If you're on Instagram live, thank you so much there as well. It's really cool. It's, by the way, one more time for everybody who's just joined a little bit later, we're on Facebook live over here. We're on Instagram live over there. First time we're dual streaming this, but it's kind of cool. Let's see. Steve, what's something non-negotiable about your daily routine that you haven't shared yet? A non-negotiable about my daily routine that I haven't shared yet. Steve, that is a great freaking question. Let me think about that for a second. I will never say that I can't do it. Maybe that sounds simple, but for real, I will never say I can't do something. Never. Never. Literally push me out this window if I ever say that. Because that takes all of your opportunity off the plate. As soon as you say you can't do something, dude, it's done, it's over, you can't. You've failed. You've set yourself up to be a guaranteed failure the minute you say, I can't do X. You're right. You're right. It's unfortunate. And a lot of people say that all the time. Well, I can't do that because. The because doesn't matter. As soon as you get to I can't do, you failed. It's over. It'll never happen. See ya. Move on. So I will never, that is a non-negotiable for me personally. I will never, never, never say that. Let's see. Another question here. Jameson. I'm working to start my own social media marketing business. Appreciate your content. Thanks, man. Appreciate your mindset. I think it would be powerful for you to do an episode, Simon Sinek, on why. I love Simon, dude. Simon's a brilliant guy. I'm very much in agreement with the whole why statement. I can't believe more people don't really think or talk that way. Agree, huge. He states your why is who you are and when you operate at your best. Yeah, I agree, dude. Simon's an awesome guy. I respect the living hell out of him. Very brilliant dude, and he knows what he's talking about. Let's see what else we got there. Why, respect, Lewis. Jordan, what are your thoughts on marketing companies that barely use social media? It's really funny that you say that because I was actually in a meeting the other day, and someone was saying something about that, about media companies, about marketing companies, and social media, blah blah blah. And it's really hilarious because if you look at the industry, let's look at the advertising industry, dissect it. Most of the companies in the media and marketing world do not use their own products. If you, let's see, if you worked at a fitness company but you never worked out, you probably wouldn't work there very long, like as a fitness coach, right? It's just true. You use the product, you train. You work with our friends over at PepsiCo, you're not walking in there with a Coke product, for sure, right? So you use the products of which your business creates or is a part of, or the community that your company is a part of. That is almost every industry, except for advertising and marketing. When was the last time an ad agency ran a TV ad? I don't know. When was the last time an ad agency ran a print ad or a radio ad? When was the last time an ad agency even really did, with the few exceptions, a very, very few exceptions, when was the last time an ad agency did a social media campaign, other than here's 5 tips for how to use Instagram stories better than before. 3 things you didn't know. Aside from that garbage content that no one really cares about, when was the last time they really marketed? They haven't. So, that is a very good question because that is why I'm doing this. this Facebook Live. That is why I'm doing Growing Bold, the series, the docu-series, because we're putting our money and our time where our mouths are. We put money into Facebook advertising. We put money into content production. We put money into understanding our why. We put time into creating beautiful, high quality, curated content. That's what I'm telling my clients to do. That's what you should be doing. That's what you should be doing. That's what your company needs to do. That's what your company needs to do. Every single day, every single week, we're doing it. We're eating our own dog food. It's a weird term. I don't know whoever came up with that, by the way. If anyone knows where that came from, that's silly. Anyway, but I'm serious. We use our own product. And it's Facebook today. So what? If in a year, 2 years, 3 years from now, Facebook doesn't work, guess what? My clients know I'm only going to spend money, time, and energy on the things that actually reap benefits. I'm not buying radio ads for Bold Worldwide or Growing Bold because it doesn't work. I'm not buying TV ads for Growing Bold or for Bold Worldwide because they don't work. I'm buying Facebook ads for Bold Worldwide and for Growing Bold because they work. So if that stops working, or there's some other alternative, or there's a better solution, you can bet your bottom dollar that's where my money is shifting. So if you're a client of Bold's, you're a client of mine, you know that your money is following my money. My money is following your money. And that is so important. Go to most media companies, they're not doing, their money's not in the game. The only money they make is on your money. End of story. Let me jump into another couple of questions here. I'll do one from Instagram stories. What time is it? I have another 10 minutes, by the way. What's your primary platform your company should use first? Insta, Snapchat, Facebook. Carlos, depends on the industry, depends on what who you're trying to reach. What's your company? What industry are you, or group of consumers are you trying to reach? What's the ROI on a Facebook ad? I don't know, man. ROI is how much did it cost me and how much did I get back? So if you're selling a $2 widget and it costs you 50 cents, your ROI was $1.50. If you're selling a $1 million product and it costs you $100,000 on Facebook ads, you made your ROI is 900 grand. It's a relative term, ROI. Let's see. Where did we go? Auto broker, auto. Facebook, potentially LinkedIn for auto. I don't give a damn about Snapchat for auto. Facebook and LinkedIn. Maybe Instagram, depending on the type of auto you're doing. If it's like luxury, definitely Instagram. If it's not, Facebook, LinkedIn. Let's see. All right, a couple more questions here, and then I'm going to have to jump off in a few. Definition. Okay, appreciate the content. You're welcome, Connor. Appreciate you for watching. Thanks, my man. Heather, amen. See it all the time. Don't use it on social media. I agree with you 110%. Be product of the product. Carlos couldn't have said it better. I couldn't have said it better than Carlos. Be a product of the product. Exactly. If you don't use what your company does, go out of business already. You're useless to me. All right, let's see. How do you generate leads for an agency getting started? I didn't generate leads, man. I picked up the phone. I looked for companies and opportunities and people that I wanted to do business with that I thought was a really great fit. So that's it. And when it comes to B2B, now obviously we're doing content. I think I put this out on Twitter this morning, and it's completely relevant, where my business comes from in-person interactions and engagements, meetings, pitches, proposals, Skype calls, phone calls, traveling. That's where my business comes from. My awareness comes from social media. That's it. Hopefully that makes sense. Travis, how do you feel about retargeting ads after they click? Travis, retargeting, 1,000% yes. Just understand the context in which you're retargeting them. Don't blanket retarget everyone who hits your website with some generic message. Retarget them based on the context of where they came from and what they were looking at. So if you know, all right, great, well, this person went to my travel website and they were looking at the extreme trip to Japan, don't remarket them a general, hey, here's my company ad. Remarket to them with content and video and calls to action that's going to drive them back to that trip in Japan. That doesn't mean you can't throw stuff in there. It's a little bit more general, but I would absolutely make sure they're contextually relevant to where they were, what they were looking at, where they came from. That's more powerful remarketing. By the way, guys, for anybody that does digital or display ads, they're and programmatic display, which is even worse. It's literally the worst investment you could ever make. It's not even an investment. It's literally like, dude, take your cash, throw it away, get rid of it, burn it. You know, I don't know. It's just a waste of your time. Except, the only exception is remarketing. Because it's so cheap, do programmatic retargeting contextually based on what they were doing at the time, cost you next to nothing. You might as well follow them around. Even if it's an impression at that point, your logo, your name might actually like keep you top of mind. But man, anyone who's spending display ads to be the first touch point, top of the funnel, dude, you are just burning your cash. Just like save your money and throw a party. At least you can enjoy it. All right. Let's see. I'll do one last question here. Top 5 places where someone could go to learn what works best in social media marketing, specific events, books, etc. Okay, Jameson, this is good. I'll try to do 5. You kind of caught me off guard, but 10X Growth Con, I think it's up in February. My boy Grant Cardone. We talked about the real Brad Lee. He's speaking there. My boy Hank Norman, he's going to be speaking there. These have been some of the most tremendously helpful people and humans I've met in the last year or so. Jordan Zimmerman, who's another dude who's going to be speaking there, a very, very big mentor of mine. 10X Growth Con, for sure. Let's see. For social media, my content, Growing Bold. We put out, in addition to the weekly episodes of Growing Bold, the docu-series, where you might have to kind of pay attention to the behind the scenes and kind of extract and extrapolate a little bit of what we're talking about, because it's not so direct like step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if you really pay attention to Growing Bold, you can find it on YouTube. You can find it on my Facebook at Bold CEO. A lot of incredibly deep information there, number 1, but you got to kind of extrapolate it from there. Number 2, on my YouTube page as well, at Bold CEO, I have a lot of like tip videos, like, hey, here's how to do this, here's what to look out for that. I'm not so in the weeds of like, here's how to set up a Facebook campaign. There's a guy by the name of John Loomer, who you can Google, who is very good at giving you kind of the bullet points of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got good content, respectable guy, knows what he's talking about. By the way, be careful when you're looking at some of this information and how to do Facebook and how to do this. There's so much garbage out there. It's insanity. John Loomer's one, let me think as well. Go to HubSpot. Even if you don't use HubSpot, their platform, which I'm a fan of, even if you don't use their platform, they have a really good blog, and they constantly update it like a couple times a day, both on the sales side, lead generation, content, marketing. They have a lot of really genuinely good content. And the other one, I'm trying to think, who can I think of off the top of my head? I would say as well, actually, we don't use the software. We've tested some stuff with them back like years ago, but I actually still have it bookmarked. Their website is AdEspresso. I'm not advocating for their platform. I'm not advocating for it, but honestly, we haven't used it in 3 or 4 years, or 2 or 3 years. So I don't know if it's even worth whatever the actual platform is. But I have AdEspresso's blog page, or whatever they call it, saved in my bookmarks, because they also have a lot of really good content and really good data. And because their audience is, they're not going after like major companies. They're a little bit more like mid to entry level, like Facebook marketing platform. They really break it down in a simplified way and have a lot of data and visuals. So I like theirs as well. So hopefully that helps. Anyway, listen, if you like this, I really appreciate your time. If this was helpful for you in any way, the only thing I ask, not selling you anything, the only thing I ask, share the stream. That helps me out. I'm going to keep doing this every Thursday live here on Facebook, almost every Tuesday. I won't say every Tuesday because we've skipped some here and there, just because I'm not even kidding, we're growing so fast. One of the big challenges of growing as quickly as we are here at Bold Worldwide genuinely is just shifting around resources as we're scaling, growing, hiring, and working on some super big deals. And so sometimes if I'm going to have to put a pin in something every once in a while, it's Growing Bold. But we try to, every single Tuesday, we try to absolutely push it out there. My YouTube, go on there, check that out. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube, it's at Bold CEO. If you don't follow me on Instagram, Facebook people, follow me over there, at Bold CEO, funny enough. If you are on my Instagram, you don't follow me on Facebook, @BoldCEO. That's it. On LinkedIn, it's Brian Cristiano, because I don't know. Anyway, but I appreciate your time. I really do. I hope you are super successful. I hope this information was helpful. Again, if it was, please share it. That's all I'm asking from you. And that's it. Stay in touch. Ask questions. I do my best to respond. Getting busier, getting a lot more messages, so I'm sorry if it takes me a little longer to respond, but I will at some point. Thank you so much. Go out there, be successful, and remember, listen, at the end of the day, figure out 2 things for yourself. Number 1, what is your why as a person, and why does your company exist? If you need help with that, you can call me. But anyway, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day and a great, super successful, bold rest of your week.